explore holistic living a vibrant life. I'm your host, Sheila Z. Sterling, PhD, and I'm thrilled to have you with us on this journey towards our optimal wellness. Each month, we will delve into a variety of topics ranging from health, emotional clarity, and functional nutrition, wellness, and belief systems, and so much more. Our goal is to provide you with insights and tools that will inspire you to take action towards your best life now. We'll be featuring leaders in the industry who will share their stories and advice and help you achieve the wellness you desire, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been on this journey for quite some time. We would like you to feel illuminated, inspired, and hopefully motivated to take action in your wellness journey. Today, we are going to be talking with Kat Ray. She is actually the better half of this great team, and we're going to be talking about and taking a deep dive actually into the upcoming Integrative Wellness Expo and Conference is coming up very soon. But first, Kat Ray has been an international and national businesswoman for over 40 years. She is a national award-winning sales and marketing trainer, corporate broker for real estate developers and builders, creating winning sales and marketing teams for million-dollar projects across the country. She is also a well-respected community leader. And in 2013, she won the title of Miss Senior Nevada America and went on to become the founder and the producer of the director of the Miss Senior USA Universe pageants, creating a platform to honor and celebrate lives of women over 60. Meet Kat Ray.
Wow, there's applause in the audience. I like that. Well, we're really glad you're here. We're glad you're going to listen to this exciting talk about the Integrative Wellness Expo that's coming up. But first, let me tell you a little bit about this gal. Sheila Z. Sterling, PhD, is a holistic wellness and emotional clarity coach, functional nutritionist, and microscopic certified lymphologist, a true expert in her field. She's an award-winning author, an inspirational keynote speaker, educator, and respected community leader. Her life and near-death experiences provide her with unique gifts to help others to achieve their wellness goals. She's accomplished from ancient ways to quantum physics. Sheila Z, PhD, and she's here to help you on your road to wellness beyond what you ever thought could happen. So that's what's so exciting today. So I'm just going to throw some questions at Sheila about her expo coming up. This is June. Where do we go here, Erin? How about that? We're good? To the Integrative Wellness Expo that's coming up June 10th and 11th here in Las Vegas at the Alexis Park Casino Hotel. It is free parking and free entry. And you're going to cover holistic dentistry, sound therapies, Tesla Well Care will be there, holistic medicines, structured water. Tell us a little bit about an overview of what they can expect when they get there.
Well, it's an incredible, unique experience, and there's actually so much you actually can experience there, because when people come, there's going to be over 70 exhibitors, and they're coming from all over the country. People from Cell, which is the foot bath people, to the infrared saunas, which I'd like to talk a little about in a minute. But all kinds of the newest technologies with vibrational sound therapy,
yeah, cool.
Everything. Yeah, there's even the new, I call it the hair dryer, but it's actually the wand, and it's actually frequency that eliminates pain. It's amazing. So and let's just talk about specific booths if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that. And what they can experience if you come to the expo, they will literally have you sitting in a sauna and detoxing your feet if you're interested. I mean, there's so much going on. Yeah. So let's Cell Wellness.
Yeah, now Cell Wellness actually is the detoxification. Maybe you've seen them. They have these tubs where you put your feet in and you sit there, and there's electrodes in the water actually. And before long, that water gets to be pretty nasty looking. It turns all different colors, but it's actually pulling toxins out of the system because, as we know, we have nerve endings for every part of the body that come through our feet. And a lot of toxins that can be relieved and pulled out of the body from the feet. So you can come and experience that and just sit down and put your feet in the foot baths and detoxify right there on the spot.
Tell us about the saunas. I did this last time. It was
Oh,
like way cool. You can do it with your clothes on too. You can sit in this little sauna thing, and anyway.
Yeah. And so people, when you say sauna, a lot of times people feel, well, gee, am I going to get wet and all that? We're talking about infrared sauna. And so infrared sauna is quite different. It's a dry sauna, and the infrared sauna that we have here, I think, is the best in the world. It has the latest technology. It heats up very quickly, and even 5 to 10 minutes in it, it is so good for your immune system. It causes the cells to kind of reawaken and come alive, and it helps to detox gently, detox the system, and you could use it anytime, day or night. I really enjoy. I have one, and I enjoy doing it in the evening because it relaxes you completely, and you seem to get a little bit better night's sleep. So
well, it's a little tent you sit in.
Yeah,
and you zip it up to here.
Right to here.
So you're sitting in this little tent, and it's only big enough for you to sit in. So it's a very individual type of healing process and cleansing process, actually.
It is. Yeah, it is. And the great thing is at the event, you can actually get in one and try it. So
yeah, at the event you can literally do that. It's way cool.
Right.
Before we go on to others, I want to talk about you a little bit more. Sheila does a lot of blood work analysis, right? Can I say that?
It's live blood analysis, live blood nutritional analysis, yeah.
And it's one-on-one. She's done this for me a couple of times. Literally takes a little pinprick of your blood, puts it under her microscope while she's looking at this. You're sitting next to her looking at the screen with your blood on it, cells, everything. It's very fascinating. And tell me a little bit about that process.
Well, it's a whole other world. So obviously, I love diagnostics. And when you go to your physician and your MD and you get blood tests, they're wonderful. However, everything is numbers. What's your cholesterol, what's your homocysteine, what's your A1C. These are all really important numbers. And you want to know them, but they're all quantitative, which means it's how much you have. And so many people come to me, they say, well, my doctor said that my blood tests were great, and I am so sick. How come I'm so sick? And the answer is, you're never going to be healthier than your cells. And what happens is microscopy is what we call qualitative. So you can actually look at the quality of the cells. It's fascinating. It's a whole nother world in there. I mean, to be able to see, do you have fungus and candida? Do you have bacteria? You can even see parasites. I mean, I can see diabetes 5 years before you're going to ever be diagnosed with it, and a bunch of different names for things, spicules and things, but you can see how the immune system is doing. And so, in my personal opinion, it's a very important diagnostic. And actually, in other parts of the world, most of the world, it's like the first diagnostic. You would go get live blood microscopy, but it's preventative in nature. And unfortunately, in Western medicine, we're not so great on prevention. I mean, that's my whole thing, is prevention. So it's really preventative, and I think it's something that everybody, should do.
Well, also at the end of the session you have with her, she will write up the diagnosis and also give you some suggestions on what to do to help your blood be better.
Well, we can't call it a diagnosis because I'm not an MD.
Okay.
But we can say that you'll get a full report along with all your photos, and you can actually take that to your MD if he's open enough to look at it. But if not, a lot of times, like enzymes or different kinds of foods that you can eat can have a tremendous effect on the health of your cells. And we carry 100 trillion cells in our body, and although they're changing every moment, you want to get a baseline. You want to see where you're at. So I think it's really important.
So if you're interested in doing that with Sheila, I mean, how do they find
you.
you?
Well, you can contact me. You put me on the spot.
I did.
My-
I didn't tell her I was going to do this. So it's like,
Okay, well, I'll
but you
give
got to be able to find her. Right?
Well, that's true. Well, you can go to healthycellsolutions.com and send me a contact form. You can actually just call me at 702-499-4408. You can always contact me through the iwvegas.com, which is the shortcut to the Integrative Wellness event. That's the Expo. And there is a contact form on there.
Excellent. I also want to brag about her books. See this
Oh.
down here? We've got books going on. Tell us a little bit about a couple of your books.
Okay.
I like the cookbook personally.
You're so awesome.
I like
Thank
yes,
you.
of course.
Well,
People need to know this.
I-
You need to know her.
Well, thank you. It started, well, I've been in this a long time. I come from a family, I'm the only one in my family, I will say, that's not diabetic. Okay, I never even met my grandparents because they passed away from it before I even got to meet them.
Wow.
And my mother was heading in that same direction, and even before I started all my studies and all of the, science things, a lot of it was so much common sense. When I was 30 years old, I got my mother off of insulin. And, so she was able to live to the ripe old age of 96 just taking a pill,
Wow.
which is pretty good. And because regular nutrition, what I call the old-fashioned nutrition, isn't going to cut it. And especially if you're over 60 or in your 70s, it's a completely different animal. So it's a passion of mine. Obviously, in the United States, so many people are heading in that direction. So not the first book, because I have other books that I've written, but the Vibrant Life Cookbook is actually kind of a roadmap. Now, I have an 8-week program. It's called Diabetes Gone Naturally, and it's very specific. And so a lot of the recipes in here are for that, but not all of them.
So any of
Because-
you dealing with diabetes, whether yourself or a loved one, listen
Yeah.
up. This is important.
Yeah, so now I have a sweet tooth. I have to confess, I have a sweet tooth. And so there are even lots of desserts in there. I make I think I called it Aztec pudding, but it's made with chia seeds. I mean, you wouldn't think that you could do that, and it's delicious, and you would never know. So the recipe book, it has a lot of recipes.
I like her beet salad.
Oh yeah.
I go to meet with her. I say, "Where's my beet salad?" I have
Yeah.
to have my salad before we start talking. I always do. It's delicious. It should be on a menu somewhere.
Well, thank you. Yes, and arugula. So arugula, I just say this, arugula is your friend, organic arugula. And I must say that one of the most important things for everybody to know is in this day and age, if it's on your plate, it needs to be organic, or you need to grow it yourself. So many people don't realize how many, literally hundreds of pesticides and herbicides and gene blockers and all things that just take your hormones apart are put in and also sprayed onto the things that are growing these days. So it's really important. So that book was just a way. It's called the Vibrant Life Cookbook, and that's what it means, how to have a vibrant life. Now, the other one, you want to talk about that?
Yes,
Okay.
go. I love this.
Well,
It's good.
the Anatomy of Healing Wellness just sort of came through me. Now, this is almost like a medical book, an alternative medical book. It's, I think it's 268 pages in a big format, so it's very in-depth. I mean, if you really want to know how, even there's chapters on how your belief system affects your health and wellness.
Very
So people don't realize how important that is a lot of times, or they'll skip over that part. Like, I don't want to know that. I don't want to read that. I think there's a section of this that says how your past affects your future or something, and people are like, yeah, I think I'll just skip that part. Like, no, don't skip that part. But it's really it's handy. I mean, it's like a medical book. I've had a number of people say this should be in the alternative medical schools and things like that. And then that little book on the side there, I think it's on there. It's called An Ounce of Prevention.
Is that over here?
Yeah, that's it.
That one, right there. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
And that's kind of a little pocketbook. And the story behind that is well, years ago, somebody called me up and asked if I would have lunch, and I said, of course. And this person's name was Jonathan, and he's known as the Mac Geek. That's all I really know about him. I'm sorry. I gave him credit for the idea, and anyway, we had lunch, and he basically said, look, I like your book, Anatomy of Healing Wellness. He said, it's too big, has way too much information. People just want a handbook that they can look through, like, oh, hey, Kay, how do I avoid this? What's good for my liver? Right? They just want to flip through and have all of the answers right there without having to, go through a 268-page, in-depth book. And the minute he said it, he said, people just want an ounce of prevention. And I just went, wow, that's fabulous. And I went home and just wrote it because I had all, it's all in here and here. So I just went home and wrote it and published it. And so it's kind of a pocket, how not to get a sunstroke. What do you do if all of a sudden you get, ill or different things? So it's just a really great pocket book, and it's called An Ounce of Prevention.
Okay, we have one more book over here.
Oh.
Yeah, that one there, right there.
Okay,
That's a
yeah.
good one.
So you're talking about love and illusion. Well, there's a story behind that, and that's the book that won finalists for the best self-help relationship book in 2010 in the whole country.
Wow.
But I've never really marketed it because
Well, we are now, so.
Yeah, I guess so. It's about sociopathic relationships, sociopathic behavior in relationships. So I think on the cover it says, how to recognize and to
How to get out of one.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the tough part.
And it's a really good book. It's 200 pages of truth, and everybody should read that, whether you're a male, female, or whatever. I mean, everyone should read it. I had a couple of women that called me up and they said, I've been divorced for 8 years, and I never realized I was still under the spell, because that's the whole thing with that, is breaking that spell and not demonizing. Most people, a lot of books are written that completely demonize, and I come from a little bit different perspective. I'm all about healing it so there's no charge on it, because no two people walk down the same path, and what somebody does it's up to us how close or far we want to get to something that may be destructive.
Yeah, there's a toxic bond. I mean, I've had to deal with it myself, but there's a toxic bond that lives with you even after you've managed to get out of this relationship, and this person is still stalking you and harassing you. There's this toxic bond that makes you want to go back to that. So Sheila talks. How can they find your books? Where do they go?
TrueLifeSolutionsMarketplace.com. All of my books are there, including my book on Yosemite, which I don't have here, but they're also downloadable. I now have them all in digital format as well.
TrueLifeSolutionsMarketplace.com.
That's
Got
correct.
that? We're going to repeat that throughout the show. There's some more here.
Oh,
She
okay.
also has, I don't know if you can zoom in on this, Erin. She's got a deep healing guided meditation for those of you who don't know where to start, what to do, how do I meditate, I don't like it, I get bored, I blah, blah. This is the one to get. She will help you and guide you through meditation. You want to tell us a little bit about this?
Well, sure. It actually started with this, and that will probably have to be another show, but
Yeah, it will. We'll talk about
But
that.
this was a channel. Yes.
Sacred Sounds of the Soul is what
Yeah,
that is.
it's called Sounds of the Soul, and actually, this was actually tested by a quantum physics company, and the tones in this CD moved matter, known to move matter. So there's a whole chart in there. It's scientifically, but
Well, and she's got the spoon that bent, in a frame in her house. I want to hear that
Oh
story.
my
How
gosh,
did you
you're
bend the
telling
spoon?
all these secrets.
Of course, no secrets. These people need
That's
to know
not
this.
A secret.
Need to know
Okay.
this.
Well, a lot of people. Okay, so I have it on my wall with a caption that says, "When you believe, everything is possible," because that's so true. Yes, about 20 years ago, I had a spoon bending party at my home.
Ah,
Now, not
I
everybody,
missed that one.
not everybody, can do that, because what it takes is, it takes you to be, you must be able to get outside of this space and time, outside of this dimension to do it. But when it happens, it's the most amazing thing. It's, you think this can't be possible. And you're holding a spoon, I mean a heavy metal spoon. You're holding it in your hand, and as you're able to step out of this, what they call reality, into what actually is actuality, the molecules in the spoon begin to dissolve, and the spoon just becomes warm, and it just starts to melt. And so, you go like this really fast, but by the time, your mind will bring you back. It's like, oh, wait a minute, we're stepping out of bounds. And so, shortly lived, you come back into it, and then the spoon becomes, of course, very rigid. But, I mean, I think there were, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13 people that were there, and I think 8 or 9 of them. And, the thing that surprised me the most, everybody left their spoons at my house. I mean, if you bent a spoon with your mind,
I'd want to keep it.
Wouldn't you want to keep
I
it?
want to show a few people.
Yeah. So I'm a firm believer, and because it's been proven to me so many times that everything and anything is possible when you believe, and the body wants to be well. We're sent here with everything we need to be well. So it's pretty
Let's
amazing.
give that website one more time.
Oh, True Life Solutions Marketplace.com.
.com.
Yeah,
Or
and
go to-
solutions is plural.
Solutions
Yeah.
with an S.
Yeah.
All right. I had to brag about her. She's an amazing woman. But
Thank you.
now back to the Expo, which we want to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
because we're getting ready to go to a break pretty soon. But
Yeah.
real quick here. But I was helping her last year. That's when I first got exposed to all these amazing, future forward thinking protocols, healing protocols, the light frequency protocols, the aloe vera protocols, the water ionization protocols. Let's talk about a couple more, then we're going to have to go to break. But
Okay.
so let's do
That big eye. You want to do
big
the big
eye.
eye? Okay.
What's that one?
Well, actually, and that booth is going to have a number of things this year. But the woman is a marvelous iridologist. And for those who aren't familiar with it, you can take a picture. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, they're also the windows to your health on the inside and generational. So you can take it's a special camera that takes a close-up of the eye, and then she, you get this huge report, whatever. But it's an amazing technology. It's been around for many, many years. It's just a lot of people don't really know about it, and it's fascinating.
So
some people.
is she going to do a sample at the
Yeah,
Expo? How does that work?
She will be taking pictures there, but she's when I was talking about the hair dryer. So this is the wand booth. I was actually having dinner at her home some months ago. I'm very fortunate and very blessed. I don't have a lot of pain, but like, just say you had a pain in your joints or in your shoulder. She just brought out this wand thing, and it looked like a hair dryer, so we call it a hair dryer. And she turns it on, and you put it on, and between the heat and the frequency, it's a frequency device, your pain is just gone. How many people would love that? So many people wake up, with their feet hurting and their knees. And,
Back.
Yeah, so I mean,
Back.
yeah, back. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't forget the
back. Okay, I won't forget the back. So we have something for that too. Actually, it's, where is he? Oh.
Yeah, these are all the vendors that are going to be there, right?
The
gotta
company. The company is called KACELIA, and it's an amazing thing. He has these blocks that he just sort of puts out on the ground, but when you lay across these blocks, it aligns the whole body the way it was meant to be. It takes all of the pressure off the spinal cord where it's supposed to be, and the pain, if people have back pain, is just dissolved. It's an amazing thing. He's going to be there.
You gotta be there. That's all I gotta say. Okay, Erin's queued up a couple of testimonials from a couple of the vendors that were here last year at the event, and so we're going to pull those up. You can listen to those, and then cut right to our sponsor, 702 Justice.
Great.
You ready, Erin?
It's been such an incredible experience. Not only have I made incredible connections, I have made lifelong friends, and I did not expect to come here and find that. So this has been incredible. I can't wait to do it again. I am so grateful. It's been just extremely abundant in more ways than I could ever have imagined. This is my very first show, and I am
Integrative Health and Wellness Show. It was our very first show to come in exhibit at, and it was fantastic. We had an unbelievable show. A lot of great people. Got to expand our reach for a lot of people, make our product well known, and we're looking forward to next year. Next year should be even bigger and better.
Okay, I'm Kat Ray, and I am here with Sheila Sterling, Sheila Z, PhD, and she is the producer of the upcoming Expo, Integrative Wellness Expo, coming up June 10th and 11th here in Las Vegas at the Alexis Park, and it is free entry, and it's 70 amazing vendors that are going to be there talking about forward-thinking healing, forward-thinking wellness protocols. So we're going to be talking about a few of the vendors again, the second half of our show. But again, I wanted to, for those of you who were not here, for the first half, show you some of Sheila's books in the front. Sheila, again, is an award-winning author and a keynote speaker, educator. She's a lot of things that I can barely pronounce. She's a microscopist, certified lymphologist. So she does a lot of blood work. She's a PhD. So I'm just happy to be here helping her with this expo. And we expect you to be there.
Yes.
And so let's talk about some more of the vendors that are going to be there. So let's just pick a couple here. How about this one? Booth number 108, whatever that one is.
Oh, okay. That's Cake and Water.
Cake and Water.
Yeah, so Cake and Water, pretty famous. A lot of people know about it, but a lot of people don't realize because some restaurants actually serve it with food. Cake and Water is it's good for you. But I'm just saying, for anybody out there that might have one of these amazing machines, the water becomes microclustered, which means that it's like if you were on a baseball field and you want hydration to get through that big fence, okay, at a baseball. Well, if you threw a tennis ball at it, it's not going to go through the fence. And that's most water molecules. When the molecules become microclustered, they become like a golf ball, so much smaller that they can penetrate through all of the barriers. So it's like throwing a golf ball at that. And so it really can help to hydrate the body. But I just want to say, if you have one of those, you should actually not be taking high pH water 30 minutes before or after you eat. A lot of people just
What's
don't
that
realize.
mean, high pH water? What does that mean?
Well, okay, so anything,
Regular old water, I guess. is what
well, water coming out of your tap is actually probably about 7.2. However, they get it that way by putting a lot of chemicals in it. We don't want that. But if the water is microclustered, anything between like 7 and 7.5, the body wants to be between 7 and about 7.2 or 4. So anything above that can cause some challenges, and anything below that can cause like acidosis. So a lot of people drink a lot of high pH water, and they think, well, I'm going to raise my pH. I want it to be 8 because I'll be healthier. Well, no. The truth of that is if you raise your pH, the body will do anything and everything to stay in balance. So what do you think the body does? It starts to produce a lot of oxidation to bring the pH down so the body doesn't go into a crisis.
Wow.
So, you know, the water is wonderful, and you can make 5 pH with it, which is what the spas use for your face. That's lovely. And actually, if you want the truth, it can make 2.5 water, which is what they clean hospital floors with. So, I mean, it's an incredible device.
So there's a device, they sell devices, this is Kagan water.
Yeah, you can drink the water, they'll have it there, and they'll be doing demos, and they'll be selling the devices there.
So I think the devices will hook onto your faucet, or it can hook onto your entire house plumbing, can't it?
You can get, but mostly they sit up on the sink, because you don't want to run that much water through a Kagan machine.
Okay.
But they have big commercial ones that can do that.
Okay,
So,
interesting. Let's pick another one here. We've got some good ones. I love this. Safe Air Today.
Yes.
Booth 217, by the way.
Right.
Safe Air Today.
So this is a company, I think they're from back east, and they're new this year, and they have devices. They have a water device as well, but what they're actually going to be focusing on is air. They have a whole house or just a room devices that when you turn this on, it ionizes the air. Not only ionizes it, but takes things out. Here in Las Vegas, I don't know if you've noticed, but the last couple of weeks, our air quality has just been awful. You know, at night it goes up to 86 and beyond 100, and people don't realize that those are particulates and toxins in the air that we are breathing in and bringing into our lungs. So it's really important.
Talk about ions. What are they? And we have people listening in from like Mexico and Germany. There's all sorts of places. So this, believe me, you need this. So what's an ion?
Well,
tell me what that is.
Okay. Well, scientifically,
she rolls her eyes at me like, come on,
I'm sorry.
Person. I don't know these things.
I didn't mean to. Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Come on, Kat.
No, when they talk about earthing, okay, so we are a magnificent balance between negative and positive ions. Everything in nature gives off negative ions. You know, when they say, "Oh, go hug a tree" or "Go walk barefoot in a field," they're not kidding, because there is an exchange. The earth gives off these negative ions, which our body needs. Why? Because we're not walking on the earth anymore. Everything is
barefoot.
Concrete. Yes, everything is concrete, and we have fake air that goes through, filters, and the filters get dirty, and there's all these particulates. So negative ions has kind of become a big thing because we need that. And if you have a device that can put some negative ions back into the atmosphere, it's like you're breathing in the air of a forest, and that's good
Very
for
healing.
every cell of the body. Yes, yeah.
So that's our Safe Air Today people. You got to come visit them. How about Pure Center?
Okay, now this is she's an ND, a naturopathic doctor, and she's developed, it's a supplement, and it's for gut health. She's all about the gut health, and of course we've all been hearing about that more and more, with leaky gut and all that. So, and she's also one of the speakers. She'll be speaking about that.
Oh yes, we have to talk about our speakers.
Yeah, you know what? I actually don't even have a list.
I do. Well, there's a small list
there. There's a small list, right?
But you can go on iwvegas.com.
Yes.
And the speakers list is there.
Yeah.
And you can buy a ticket. You have to buy a ticket for the speakers list.
Right.
The expo's free, but the speakers, to hear the speakers, you have to buy a ticket. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about the speakers.
Okay, well, Dr. Tracy Techlaw, she's got the NES machine. Now, the NES machine, I can't tell you a lot about it because I'm actually don't know that much. I know it is one of the most advanced healing machines out there today. And she will be there and, giving demos and everything. It's a cellular, on a cellular
Healing
basis.
on a cellular level?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, these things are so
is so
incredible.
cool.
And she's
love
going to
it.
be speaking about it. Now, Curtis Answorth, he developed the Tesla Well Care, not Elon Musk Tesla, but and there again, it's a frequency machine, and it has done unbelievable things for cancer, for all kinds of things that are cellular, off cellularly. People don't realize. I kind of want to say this that people come to me sometimes and they have cancer, and they're like, I hate this, I'm fighting it, and I'm like, stop. This isn't something foreign. Our immune systems take care, if they're in good shape, take care of these things every day. I said, if you have cancer, you have to love it to death. And I know that sounds crazy, but I know a lot of people who have healed and healed themselves from all kinds of things like that. And you really, because your cells are listening. So be careful what you're telling them.
What you say.
Yeah, it matters.
Very, very true. Also, we're going to have chair massage.
Oh, yeah.
By the way.
I'll be over there quite
Everybody
a bit.
loves that.
Yeah.
All the vendors are going to be using that for sure. We got so many good things here. Tell me about the aloe vera people. The aloe vera healing.
Actually, the person that actually manufactures it, the manufacturer is going to be there.
Yeah. See, by the way,
Yeah.
owners, CEOs, the scientists
The
themselves,
scientists and the doctors, yeah.
and the doctors themselves will be there to talk to
Yeah.
and make appointments with. But anyway,
Yeah.
the aloe vera.
Yeah, so aloe vera is, of course, very healing, not only topically, it's been used for a long time, and, for topical, and people have been drinking it. So the aloe vera is mostly drinkable. Yeah, so it's a wonderful product. It's all natural.
Tell us about the Life Wave. This is stem cell
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm getting into this one myself. So next show we'll tell you about.
Right. Yeah, so the Life
Wave.
Wave, yeah, it's actually a patch. And it's a little patch about that big around, and it works on a cellular level, and there again, it's a frequency. So, everything is sound and light. Everything runs on a frequency level. And they have different patches. So some are for pain, for all different things, and to heal on a cellular level. So yeah.
And the stem cell. It renews your stem cells.
Yeah.
And gets them activated, and they have testimonials. This particular company, LifeWave, has testimonials every night.
Yeah.
They have different people come on to say what happened with them, how it helped them, how it healed them, or whatever. So that's on a wave of itself. It's just going
Absolutely.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
so what
Love
do we
it.
got up here? What else do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't know. Talk about B3.
Oh, the
oh
foot
my
up.
gosh. Okay. All right. So 8-Trax is going to be there. Yeah. So,
Okay, go ahead. Tell me what this is.
You too.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Oh,
This is
right.
like
So anybody that, everybody knows, okay, what you put on your feet will determine how your whole body feels during the day, including your back and everything else. Now, this company, I believe, used to be affiliated with the walking company. They have one of those devices where you stand on it, and it electronic takes a imprint of your foot and where your arch is. And so they can tell exactly what you need in the way of, they sell insoles and they sell shoes. They sell shoes and sandals, and I'm actually wearing one of their sandals right now. So I tell everybody, just wait. Don't buy any more shoes. Just, come. They do the whole thing. You stand on the thing, and it analyzes your foot.
they
and-
customize an insole
Yeah.
for your shoes.
Yeah.
Whether you're a runner, I'm a runner. Whether you're a runner, you stand all day. I do a part-time job on the side where I'm on my feet 12 hours, standing there.
It's a lot.
And they have a chair for me to sit down, but I'm much more comfortable standing with
Right.
these insoles in my shoe than I am
Yeah.
sitting down.
Right.
And my feet don't hurt me at the end of the nothing. My back
great.
doesn't hurt. So this is Aetrex, Aetrex,
Yes.
and they're going to be in the lobby when you
Yeah,
first
I was going
walk
to
in.
say, you can't miss them
Can't miss
because
them.
when you walk in the front door, they're going to be right there.
And busy.
Busy,
They always
yeah.
have people
Yeah.
all over them here. So profusion, infusion.
Oh, okay. So,
So many
yeah.
good stuff.
Well, it's kind of a funny story. She's a wonderful person, and she's going to be. She's not going to be doing IV. She does IV therapy, but
IV. That was IV.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, intravenous. But she's not going to be doing them on the floor there. I said, I think she's going to have a suite, so she will be doing them in the suite if people want that.
On
But she will
appointments,
be,
on
yeah,
appointment
on appointments,
basis.
yes. But she will be doing vitamin B shots, and she'll be giving out a lot of information and education on exactly what IV therapy is. It's amazing.
How about this one? Vibrational energy wellness accessories.
Well-
Let's talk about some of the things they can buy there, like the
Oh, well,
pendants and the
oh,
jewelry and the
Okay, well then let's talk about the
stones.
Shungite booth, okay? So
the EMFs.
yeah, Warren from Shungite is going to be there, and he has everything. And Shungite is a mineral, it's a rock, basically. I'm actually wearing 2 Shungite bracelets. This one, and this one that has amethyst on it. So, Shungite it repels EMF.
Electromagnetic
Magnetic
frequencies.
frequency. So when you're wearing it, you just feel better. It keeps things at bay, and he will have a whole plethora of all different things Shungite there. Yeah, and there will be a great jewelry booth.
Yeah, tell us about the jewelry and stones if you're into quartz or
she's
crystals.
Wonderful. Well, yeah, she mostly does jewelry, but they're all real crystals and things like that. And there'll be another booth that sells some crystals and things like that, amethysts and different things. And
So there
there'll
are
be
things you can buy there. So bring money.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
books
Well, because a
and
lot of these things
jewelry.
you can't find places.
Of course.
Like like Young Living Oil, you can't. It's difficult unless you know a distributor. It's difficult to find. So there will be things here that you won't see anywhere else, like this B3 booth.
Oh, tell me about the B3 bands. You got it. If you don't like to exercise, but you need to exercise, you gotta listen to this. Listen to this. Okay. We should have brought some to show
Oh,
them
I
everybody.
know. We should have. Well, maybe next time.
Next time.
Yeah. So B3, if you're over 60, it's the new thing. It's the new way to exercise because number one, you can't hurt your joints. It's wonderful for your blood flow. And my favorite thing, and I'll tell you more about the bands in a minute, but here's the 2, for me, the main things. If you are over 60, it causes the body, I've never had them on more than 7 minutes, but when you do them, they are BFR bands. So what that means is that it restricts the flow of blood just a little bit. These are the only ones that are safe. These are the only ones that are made that don't stop the backflow to the heart.
And they're
because
bands, like you
Yeah,
Velcro them around your
Yep,
arms
and your legs,
and your thighs. So that's what we're talking about here. So.
Right, and so, and you can try them out there, they're gonna be there. So the big thing is, 2 things, they cause the body to release an enormous amount of HGH regardless of your age. And for me, a big one is, when we're young, the reason, well now it's a little different, but the reason people in their 20s usually don't have heart attacks or strokes or blood clots is because they have a lot of nitric oxide in their bloodstream. It keeps the blood flowing and tempered, wonderful. Well, guess what? As you get older, you still have it, but it retreats into the tissues. And it's really hard to get out. So if you're not climbing that mountain and you're not, running marathons anymore, or doing triathlons, it's almost impossible to get this stuff to come out. So if you're over 60, or actually in these days, it doesn't matter your age. You could be 20 and need them. But, so if you're doing these within, 5 to 7 minutes, you're going to get that release of nitric oxide. It pulls it out of your out of the tissues back into the bloodstream.
So the idea is you Velcro these bands and everybody's at a different tightness,
Yeah.
okay? And then you either do lunges and hold or just do some very simple
They have these pull bands.
the
that you
pull
do.
bands
That's
too.
what I do.
Everybody sees those bands. We've used them for 100 years. But they have the little handles on them, like the rubber band thing, and you do that a little
Right.
bit. And if you do it for, 7 minutes, 9, 10 minutes.
If you
That's it.
can. I had somebody the other day that's never done them, and this happens a lot. A person who's in pretty good shape, and we said, let's put the bands on. I do like 100 of them now, but trust me. And I said, do 30. And about the 17,
And do what? This?
just do this with
Oh, you're
the little
standing on
bands.
the
You just
band
stand, no,
on your
you
feet.
yeah. And you're just
And then you're
pulling up while you
pulling them
have
up.
the bands on.
It's like a big rubber band.
And,
with handles.
you know, she at 17 of them, I looked at her and she looked at me and I said, sweating yet? And she goes, yeah. So, you
Can
know,
I stop now? Right?
yeah. So it doesn't take much. It's amazing. And you don't have to, if you want them to really have an impact, then you do those exercises. But you can put them on and just do your dishes and fold clothes.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
Stand around doing housework.
Yeah.
I want to repeat what we're talking about today for
Okay.
those of you who are just tuning in. It's like, what are they talking about? These vendors and professionals in the healing and wellness industry are going to be at our Expo. And it's the Integrative Wellness Expo and Conference here in Las Vegas, June 10th and 11th at the Alexis Park Casino Hotel. So, Alexis Park Hotel, there's no gaming there, by the way. Alexis Park is one of the
Right.
few hotels here in town that does not have gaming. It's got a lot of conferences that happen there.
Right.
It is free entry, unless you
And
want to
free
hear the
and
speakers,
free
and free
parking.
parking. If you want to hear the speakers, though, you do have to buy a ticket. To find out more about it, you can go to iwvegas.com. iwvegas.com. There's a number on the screen right now. If you want to call in with any questions, you're welcome to do that, and we will try to
We'll answer anything we can. How's
but we
that?
really want to see you at the expo. There's so
Yeah.
many other vendors we can talk about now real quick. What else we got here? Oh, organic gourmet.
Yeah, so this is a fabulous. This is a woman out of Los Angeles who makes organic spices, you know, that have no chemicals in them, you know, like bouillon cubes and seasonings. It's hard to pick You go to the store, pick up a bottle of McCormick. If you look at the back of it, it's like MSG is one of the first, you know, it has a lot of chemicals in it. I'll just say that.
Pretty
So,
scary stuff.
Yeah, so she makes wonderful organic spices.
Okay, how about Healthy Cell Solutions?
Well, Healthy Cell Solutions is the website for my live blood microscopy, and well, first you can get a free ebook all about it, and you know, just go around and see. It talks about it. It shows pictures. It's got testimonies.
This is her personal,
yeah,
personal website.
Yeah, it is. It's for my live blood microscopy.
And what's it called again? Healthy Cell Solutions.
HealthyCellSolutions.com.
HealthyCellSolutions.com. Also, her books, again, I want to point some out before, for those of you who are just tuning in. You can find her books, again, on what website?
Oh, it's TrueLifeSolutionsMarketplace.com. That's True Life Solutions, plural, Marketplace.com.
And Erin's got them up on the screen there, so
Yeah,
there's a
that's
lot of
great.
things. And of course, don't forget about the Sounds of the Soul.
Yeah.
And her book on deep healing guided meditation. It's a CD, it's not a book.
CD.
CD. Sorry about that. Not a book.
No.
But please tap into to those websites and find out more about it. So we want to talk we only have a few more minutes left. We've got 10 minutes, so who else are we going to talk about?
Who can we talk about?
We've got a whole list here, so we're
Yes.
trying
Yeah, we do.
to figure out.
This APL, it's actually APL Go. I just learned about them. I don't want to misquote, so I'll just say it's a supplement, but it's a clear supplement. It looks like a candy, and it works on a cellular level, and it works to balance out. They have all different ones for hormones, for sleep, and they've only been out for a couple of years, and I mean, they are really a high-end technology. And I would like to say, for those with a sweet tooth, that Nothing Bundt Cake will be there. And somebody said, well, why is Nothing Bundt Cake there? You know, that's not healthy. And I'm like, wait a minute. They use real butter. They use real cream. They don't use chemicals. And so guess what? They qualify.
Wow.
And who isn't going to want a cupcake?
Are they going to have samples there? Do we know?
They're going to have samples, and they're also going to be selling cupcakes. So.
I like it. How about Dale Holloway?
Oh, Dale Holloway, yes. Dale Holloway is the creator of Seminars That Inspire. And actually, yeah, go see this booth. I think it's 109. He's actually putting on a big seminar, I think a week or two after the show. So he's going to be he's a speaker, and you can actually sign up for his, I think it's a whole weekend. Yeah.
Wow,
Seminars
cool.
That Inspire. He's been around a while, like me.
Yeah, and you know, Erin, what I'd like to do if we could, we have a couple of testimonials of the vendors that I'd like to play again. It's just a couple of minutes that I think you'll be interested in hearing. These are some of the vendors that were here last year at the Expo. So, you're up.
It's been such an incredible experience. Not only have I made incredible connections, I have made lifelong friends, and I did not expect to come here and find that. So this has been incredible. I can't wait to do it again. I am so grateful. It's been just extremely abundant in more ways than I could ever have imagined. This is my very first show, and I am
Integrated Health and Wellness Show. It was our very first show to come in exhibit at, and it was fantastic. We had an unbelievable show. A lot of great people. Got to expand our reach for a lot of people, make our product of Raw well known, and we're looking forward to next year. Next year should be even bigger and better.
Okay, we're coming back on with Sheila Z. Sterling, PhD, Holistic Wellness and Emotional Clarity Coach, Functional Nutritionist, and Microscopic Certified Lymphologist. And she is producing, and I'm helping her. I'm strictly an assistant here. That's all I'm doing. The Integrative Wellness Expo coming up June 10th and 11th here in Las Vegas at the Alexis Park Hotel. And we want to see you there. We're going over some of the vendors. We've got a couple more we want to talk to you about.
Okay.
Cocoon, how do you say?
It's Cocoon. I know it's spelled
Cocoon.
It's called
water.
Cocoon Water. And actually, last year, a lot of the people that were exhibiting went from the event over to Cocoon. They're on Rainbow, and it's out of Europe. They have oxygenated water. So, and they actually sell it. I think it has an extra hydrogen molecule in it. There's a specific way to drink it. It's really good for you. But people who aren't well, or even if you are well, they have a huge facility, and you actually can go into these rooms and submerge yourself for like 40 minutes or whatever, and you don't get wrinkled because the water is oxygenated. It's a continual oxygen infusion. So it's pretty amazing.
And
Yeah.
How about?
Oh, okay, Neffel. Now, Neffel it's a company out of Japan. They just launched here in this country, and we were talking about negative ions and how good they are for you, and how they can kind of repel some of the positive ions and some of the harsh things that come at you. Well, this company makes clothing, wearable ionization, which is just incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Tell me
so,
about how that works.
Yeah, that's.
Do they put it into the threads of the?
Yes.
I mean,
yes, it's actually yes.
wow.
And it's just going to be amazing. So, that's so great. Oh, okay. So that Life Source.
Source.
They have tinctures and things that are made for different parts of the body and different ailments, and that are frequency infused. So that's great. we do have, I'm trying to look at here, and
Even
we
some-
have
and
the
some of these-
holistic dentist.
Yeah, the holistic dentist, and some of our speakers are
Yes.
the people in the booths. You know, they're the
Right.
owners, they're the scientists. I mean, they're all there. You need to come to this thing. We actually only have 70, about 70 booths or so, and
Right.
that's it. We don't want any more because there's so much there.
Yeah.
And it's from 10 to 5:30 on Saturday and Sunday,
Saturday and Sunday. Uh-huh.
June 10th and
And
11th.
this is kind of the top of the top of people that you'll see at different functions and different big expos all over the country.
And over the world, some of them,
Well, that's
internationally.
true. Yeah, that's really true. So,
And I do want to say, if you cut in on the last part of our broadcast here, we will be taking this hour broadcast and reloading it onto Facebook, probably Integrative Wellness
yeah.
Facebook page, so you can watch the whole hour if you'd like to and know more about that. But our main goal today is to get you out to the Expo on June 10th and 11th.
Yeah.
And also to tell you about Sheila, and she's going to be there, by the way, walking around going crazy and producing
Yes.
with her hair up and her clipboard and with her
Yes.
glasses on, you know.
As you will be there.
As
with
I
your,
will be there
with
too,
your
running around like
clipboard.
crazy with my clipboard.
I have to say, I have to give a huge compliment to Kat, because last year I produced this sort of on my own, and Kat just walked in, looked around, picked up a board with a pen, and just took over the whole front end of the event, and was such an amazing liaison that I'm like, okay, you're gonna be with me.
Actually, I said I'm helping. I brought my own clipboard and my name tag. But if you have a clipboard and a name tag, you look like you're official, right? So, and I said, you need help.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
Checked in all the vendors, got them all at the
Yeah.
tables, got them
Yeah.
what they needed.
Yep.
So it's going to be we have done triple the marketing this year
Yeah. Yes, we have.
from last
So-
year. And our signs will be going up this coming week.
Yeah, this week they'll be going up all over town, and so, yeah. And if you're wherever you are, doesn't matter what city or anything you're from, you are welcome to come.
And can they get discount hotel rooms?
Well, the discount to the hotel rooms actually ends in a couple of days. I think on the 15th or the 20th, and so.
Because I'm thinking if somebody's in Mexico or somewhere and they want to fly in and they want to see
Yeah.
this, and
we had people from all over the place. that
yeah,
fly
if
in,
you've got some health issues that you need help with,
Yeah.
the people to talk to are at the tables.
Yeah.
So this is worth coming into town for. So, so for a couple of days, they can still get discounted hotel
Yes,
rooms?
Yes,
And
and
what
it's
do
right
they-
on the website. On the website, there's a little tab that says Alexis Park. Just click on that, and that'll give you all the instructions you need.
And the website again is iwvegas.com.
Yeah,
Really
that's the
easy.
shortcut.
It'll pop you right there. There's other testimonials on there. There's more information on our speakers. I know we've only got a couple more minutes here. Sheila, is there anything else you want to go over?
Well, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to be here. It's been so much fun,
Yeah,
and we're going to do
yes.
it again.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we just like to thank everybody for tuning in and coming in, and save your questions, come to the event, write them down, write them in, keep them for the next broadcast, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have. So
Don't forget about the books. The books,
Oh,
the books,
yeah.
the books, the books, the books, the books. I'm always, she's like, Kat. That's my job. I'm in marketing, can you tell?
You're so good at it.
So-
that's wonderful.
So thanks to 702 Justice, too. Our,
Yes, that's
our,
right.
commercial sponsors there. We appreciate them for stepping up to the plate.
yes, and Go Live Studios.
So yeah, you go to this website. If you have any questions for Sheila, you can contact her from there. And Aaron, how are we doing on time?
30 seconds.
We got 30 seconds, right down to the wire. We're so glad
Wow.
you joined us.
Yes, thank you.
And we hope to see you at the Expo.
And yes, we'll see you there.
Cut me off guard.